Yes, it appears that God has returned.
Yes.
So,
Anyways, back to what I was going to say before. I am going to say this out loud. So, running off of that 19 perception that May did roll, May, you witnessed as when she did take that step forward, her form slightly flickered. You're not exactly sure why, but it did flicker.
I was gonna keep it to myself and let the boss be harder, to be honest, but
Cannot
It's
hide.
a little hard, trust me. All right, so it is your turn, Grox.
Garox.
Garox, the god
Whatever.
of knowledge.
This one would like to investigate the possible opponent.
Yes,
May we use the thing known as a bonus action to do so?
we would like to see any possible weaknesses.
Or perhaps the truth of its form.
Okay, go ahead, roll.
Investigation? Is that a yes or a no?
Investigation check, please.
25.
It's an intelligence-based skill. As you look at it, you notice there are four very distinct differences and advantages that you have over this creature, but there is a fifth thing that you cannot discern. You know there is a fifth, but you can't exactly figure it out. The first thing is my voice connection just went to shit. Is obviously your height difference. You being close to 15 feet tall, and this creature being about 6 feet. That is the first thing that comes into your mind. The second thing that comes into your mind is your reach advantage that you have over this creature. While this creature is wielding what appears to be nothing more than toothpicks to you, you have what is quite clearly a very, very difference in height difference, in weapon difference, as well as you could possibly reach her if she was about right. Give me 1 second, as I'm not on the token layer. Right here, you could possibly reach her if she was right there. It would be a little bit of a whiff, if she leaned back, it would be a whiff. However, if she didn't move, it would have been a hit.
We do not require a hammer.
The hammer is what is allowing you to do breach. The third thing is, from what you can tell, just by looking and investigating this creature from the distance that you're at, you being bigger and are able to take longer bits for strides, meaning no matter what you do, you will always be slightly faster.
Fair enough.
The difference between that is the difference in armor. While you have what is quite thick plated armor over almost all of your body, both an advantage and a disadvantage to you. A disadvantage because your head is also covered as well. How you're seeing her right now is a slit. However, think of it as you can see about you have a cone of vision, but it's still you can still see her at the moment.
This visor is a disadvantage. We should remove it.
Yes, indeed.
Or again, the armor difference between the two of you, her armor appears to be plate as well, but a slightly lighter material than yours, allowing her to move slightly faster. If, again, it was not for the stride difference that you two have.
We will have to fix our visor at another time. Now, I suggest we move... Oh yeah, question. The void attacks, are those ranged or no?
Void Wave, right?
And void blast.
Void Wave is a cone attack that goes out about as far as Burning Hand would, so 15-foot cone in front of you, starting from the edge of your
Okay.
token.
Okay.
Void Blast is very similar to Air Blast, but sadly it still has to have, but it only is a 30-foot radius.
Right, I'm putting that down in the attack so we know.
Alright.
In that
Yeah.
case, we could move here. and
Your
we would-
pole arm, if
we would
you
range.
remember your pole arm, if you let it go all the way to the very end, is exactly 12 foot of range.
Okay. For now, I suggest we move here. Would you be so kind as to move the token?
Yes.
And I believe we will do our Wave Blast. Correction. Void Blast.
You may
Okay.
roll it, so...
Very well. 26. There is no point in attempting to dodge. There is only pain and suffering.
Actually, as you send out your Void Blast, the ball careens through the air, being casted off the end of your pole arm, and as it would, where you think it would have collided with where she is going to use one of those. And give me a perception check.
I will attempt this.
This is gonna get really fucking annoying. Wow, okay.
Oh, wisdom is not the best.
Because if it... You kind of pull your hammer back, and as you blink for a second, and all of a sudden it's almost as if you never cast it in the first place, as where it was careening forward, it's now not there. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I shall do this one. 23.
As you're sitting there wondering what could have happened to your blast, a couple seconds later, almost as if there's a sixth sense that flicks in the back of your mind, you turn to the side as you see that ball of void energy go flying past your head and dissipate as soon as it does.
We will destroy this one. It mocks us.
It reflected on its attack. Perhaps magic is not the best way to deal with this one.
It is definitely hiding something. We will attempt an Arcana check on our next turn.
Quite. Gods, you may proceed with the next one.
Okay, so I'm looking back and forth between this, and I'm just kind of in shock. Don't really know what to do. Debating whether to join.
May, from where you were standing, when you saw the blast go, there was about a perception check. Okay, there was about a flash of a second. The ball of energy would have collided, but as soon as it did, again you saw her form flicker for a second, and then the ball of energy twisted around to behind your companion.
Okay, so I'll just tell him that. I don't... Whatever.
I see.
And I'm still kind of sitting here wondering what to do, since it's basically a giant robot that knows everything, and one hot lady. So, a character is torn. I think I'm going to move 30 feet ahead, and then just kind of watch. Just kind of see what's happening so far.
Okay.
I had my turn. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to see this for now.
Okay. Okay. It is now onto her turn. Grox, I need you both to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please and thank you.
Both?
Yes, both of you.
Like Garox's sheet, correct?
Garox's, yeah. Off of Garox's sheet, and then off of May's sheet. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to bring up. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna use that first one, and that second one. Okay. Give me 1 second, as I need to bring up the boss sheet for a second, so that way I can actually roll the attack here. It's mostly just she has some abilities that I have off to the side over here. Okay, so I need to roll. Image off of this. 2. 24 versus. Okay, and then 20. Okay, so Garox.
Yes.
What is your AC at the moment?
20.
So, May, as you step forward and are planted where, might I ask? Where, like, what are you looking at the moment?
Her.
You look at her, you notice she turns her head to you, then turns her head back to Garox, and then you see her slightly bow, and a second later, Garox, you hear the sound of metal hitting metal. May, as you're standing there, out of seemingly nowhere, there is now a slash across your chest, dealing 6 damage.
Oh. I'm just stunned and I clutched my chest and trying to figure out what happened.
Both of you give me another perception check with advantage.
I shall roll this one. Or do you want to?
You may.
Curses.
With advantage. It wasn't exactly that hard of a roll. As again, when you saw her bow, there was a split second when you saw small circle of gold and blue dart around to her normal position. As now her blades are from where they were off to her sides, they are now in front of her. As you watch, again, positions her back up again, facing Garox.
She is fast. We should attempt to grab her.
But first, we should investigate with our Arcana.
Yes. You
Will
may
you
roll
roll?
that.
Very well. 23.
Okay, this gives you guys the hint. You see there are, as you look over this picture and you pay closer attention, you can almost pinpoint specific points and times where her feet are hitting the ground. However, she is never specifically in one position. She is constantly hitting those squares.
I see. It appears that she was able to dodge or redirect her attacks depending on the position.
Interesting. We should attempt a possible void wave to catch 2 of these spaces in there, increasing the odds of her being hit. Let's
Perhaps,
see.
however, our best attempt would be to force to Darkness Dash. It appears our Darkness Wave is not enough. But we can catch her with her by surprise, perhaps by using our Darkness Rush attack.
Yes. So we should dash over here as a
Yes.
normal action and move action.
That was our move action.
No, we can standard action dash.
Darkness Rush as your move action, which means just moving. So
Yeah.
we use all our movement. We appear behind her and make an attack. So perhaps
as
this
our
time.
yeah, as our forms streak into shadows.
Roll me a pole hammer hit.
Shall you do this?
Yep.
26.
I need to do a quick roll.
Oh wow. Yeah. We can actually do 2 darkness rushes in a turn. That is interesting.
As you shrink into the shadows and dash forward to this position where you can currently see her form, split second in time, where as you bring your hammer around in the attack, almost as if you're both on the exact same plane, you notice that right as your hammer would have collided with where she was, there's a split second when she's not there, as if she miscalculated how long your attack was going to be there. You see her reappear, and bits of her eyes that you can see grow a bit wider as you do hit her. As you hit her, though, you do see there is another small flash, as now, no longer in that position, as she is over in this position.
Now the main question is, are there any sort of marking in front of us of where she once stood?
When you're sitting there looking at where she was, you can see there is a small circle. Not exactly anything noticeable, and as first in glance, give me an investigation check, actually.
Shall you roll this one?
I shall.
33.
Look at this. You can closer examination of this and trace bit of gold around the circle. Looking up just a little bit other to where you remember is that other position that she's been touching and she's been running around constantly. Again, you see another bit of gold. However, in the other two, you see a trace in 2 of them, you do see a trace of blue, and then the last one, the one she's currently standing in, you see both a trace of blue and gold.
Let's see. Perhaps our best course of action would be eliminating these arcane circles so she can no longer teleport. Do we have to make an Arcana check to see if that's how she does it, or can we just go ahead?
You should do this one.
He said roll Arcana?
Yep.
Very well. 17.
As you look at it, that it isn't exactly an arcane thing. It's more along the lines of if you were just to take the bottom of your blade, your polearm, and then just draw a circle in the ground.
Better safe than sorry. I vote we eliminate this.
I agree, and as we are about to do whatever we are about to do, I project the knowledge of this into,
The one known as Cahoon. Or May.
May's brain. I was trying to think of what to properly call you in this form.
You have a bonus action at the moment.
Yes.
I'm going to say that this takes a bonus action to do this, as
Okay.
well as there is another thing then I would like you to roll me a perception for.
Very well. Do you want to roll perception?
Sure.
Okay.
Nothing escapes the eye of Gorax, the god of knowledge.
You
We'll
go
have
to
to-
go snuff out this little mark in the ground. Before you can even snuff it out, you notice that there is, where there was not a second ago, a small blue slash through the golden circle. As well as when you're looking over the area, you no longer see her touching there.
It appears our assumption was correct.
Well then, let us charge.
Very well.
The shadows begin to envelop us as we rush forward in darkness. Doing right here?
It appears she removed her square.
Actually, I needed to move that.
So,
You weren't actually supposed to see that.
Well, we did.
I was in the GM layer.
oh,
It is too late now. We've seen it.
I need to make a new one.
I shall roll the hammer attack this time.
yes. So as we
Okay,
come
give
out
me
of
one
the shadows, we whirl around with the polearm and attempt to destroy where she stands.
Again, as you come out of the shadows and you bring your pole arm around, again, you notice there's a flicker in time as form, and again, instead of, however, joining back onto where that circle is, as you bring your pole arm around and look around to see if she might have switched forms, you feel your pole arm is a bit more heavy than it was before.
Can we look at our pole arm?
As you look at your pole arm, you don't see anything as you are still holding it slightly off to the side. However, when you look up at the head of said pole arm, you see her crouched, both of her blades outstretched on the top of your pole hammer.
This is an annoying one. That is
Indeed.
all we are able to do.
Unfortunately, it is true.
Gods, you may progress the initiative counter to the one known as May.
Hey, you have no idea what's going on right now. Everyone's moving too fast for you to really catch a glimpse of anything that's going on.
I also want to
And
point
I'm-
out everything, at least on my side of the conversation, that is all coming out of Garox's mouth.
I know. It's
The shifty
very
one is on the
unnerving.
hammer. Eliminate her.
Yes, quite.
I just sit there dumbly. I'm gonna try to make an acrobatics. If I plummet, I'm running. I plummet, probably.
What are you trying to do?
Actually, you know what? You're 15 feet tall. Why the fuck would I do that? That's a terrible plan, you two.
You have.
Why would
a
you
ranged
advise me of
weapon.
that?
You have a ranged weapon.
Yeah,
Use
like
it.
it'll do damage.
She cannot teleport now. She is away from the circle.
Yeah, it missed.
Maybe you should not use that short bow. You have not had luck with it in the past.
It's my only bow.
You should upgrade to a longbow.
Gee, thanks. Anyway, I had my turn. I'm still kind of flabbergasted, and I missed. Everything's going terribly. I'm mostly just a spectator here.
You know, this form actually doesn't do too much damage.
Yeah, well, if she wasn't on top of your hammer, like, I don't even know how many feet in the air. Too many.
At least 20 feet, I'd imagine. 'Cause we're definitely holding that thing up.
Definitely too many. I think Tim died.
I have received a message from Tim. God's
Goodbye,
tablet
Tim.
has died.
He requires a charger.
It
God was
appears
gone
that
for
we
20
have won
minutes
by
and couldn't think about the
default.
charger.
Well then, the gods have resigned. You laugh now, Robin, but we understand all. We know everything you say, all that you think, all that you will ever know. We are Girox, the god of knowledge.
I'm picturing the most hardcore porn I've ever seen in my entire life, so that
We
you
know.
have to see it.
We know.
We would rather not know, but unfortunately we must know.
Good, I'm
That is
glad.
our curse.
All of this is being said directly to me.
It's your curse. It sounds like mine.